Hello everyone, I'm still in Killamarsh as I was in the last video. I'm at what was Killamarsh and Upperthorpe station. I'm going to follow the line of the Lincolnshire, Derbyshire and East Coast Railway Bainton branch all the way up to Spinkhill Tunnel. There's brickworks, there's an old colliery branch off here which I'm hopefully going to find some remains of, and also Spinkhill station before ultimately, fingers crossed, getting in that tunnel. So if I put up rail map online, I'm starting here at Killamarsh and Upperthorpe station. I'm going to follow the line down past Westhorpe Colliery before getting to the Spinkhill Brickworks or Killamarsh Brickworks, and then beyond there Spinkhill station, and finally Spinkhill Tunnel. So there we go. Before we turn around and start walking, this is where I finished the last walk at the site of Killamarsh and Upperthorpe railway station. Platforms were down there, so they've long gone, but people have taken the stones off the top there, look, and made a little path. But there you go, beautiful bridge stroke viaduct. So this line was built by the Lincolnshire, Derbyshire and East Coast Railway in 1898, and it basically connects up at Shirebrook, Shirebrook North Junction, where me and Phil have walked before. It connects there with Bainton Junction, which is down towards Sheffield. It closed to passengers, this line, in 1930, and basically the rest of the line pretty much was done at the start of the Second World War in 1939. So it was a late comer in railway terms, and it was an early casualty. But this section of it that we're walking up to Spinkhill Tunnel stayed open up until 1984. First of all, to provide excursions from Spinkhill station for a local Roman Catholic school, like day trips and stuff. And then, I mean, you've got to have some sway, haven't you? Keep a station open for your school, but there you go. But also it stayed open until 1984 then because of Westhorpe Colliery. Hopefully, I'm going to see where the line went off into Westhorpe Colliery, because at this point I don't know what I'm going to find on this. On my last walk I'd done it before, just for fun, you know, with some mates, gone out stomping. Whereas this is a complete, you know, this is I'm the blind leading the blind, basically. In fact, if you're local, you know more than me. But hopefully I'll be able to find that. Then eventually there's Spinkhill Brickworks, which I'm hoping there'll be some remains of that. Spinkhill Station, which I'm hoping there'll be some remains of that. And then Spinkhill Tunnel. So in my last walk, we were on an embankment on this line all the way out past Rother Valley Country Park. And in no time, because I've not been walking too far out of Killamarsh, look how deep that cutting is suddenly. So they've had to do a fair bit of engineering on this line just to blast out all this rock, look. Because that, I mean, that's a deep cutting, but it's solid rock, look. Oh wow. Oh, what have we got here? I think I might have got a little bit too excited by a fence post there. But there you go. I've never been that excited by a fence post before, so that's a first. I thought it was like a signal post or something, you know, it like caught my eye. I was like, oh no. I'm still in this cutting, look at this. It's solid rock, look at that behind me. Jeez. That's a lot of engineering gone into this for a line that, in terms of passengers at least, was only open for 32 years. I mean, that's no time, is it? So here we go. First rail remain. since the station. Now, I'm pretty sure when you look on maps, this is a public right-of-way that goes across here. It goes through the field, and then it also goes across the Great Central Line as well, because that's how close these two railways are at this point. They are literally side by side, just a field between them. So the cutting is getting a lot less harsh now, and if I come up here, we should be able to see, if I don't fall, geez, like someone else has stacked it almost certainly, that Great Central Line. So the Great Central Line is that tree line there. That's how close we are. The two lines are right next to each other at this point. And then we will skirt off to the left. So I've been walking for a little while now. And there's not that many remains that I've seen a bridge. I'm just going to keep saying I've not seen stuff, so then I see stuff. And here we go. I'll come down the side so we can get a look at it. There's some fishing ponds there by the look of it. And I'm seeing road access there. I reckon we could be getting closer to Westhorpe Colliery. And that could well be an access road. Let's have a look, there we go. So that would have been, at one point I'm guessing, farmer's access, but obviously doesn't feel like he needs it anymore. But there you go. And we've got some ballast here as well. Because I was starting to wonder, because obviously as we were, you know, coming out of Killermarsh when we first got on this line in the last video, there was just ballast everywhere. So I was kind of expecting it to be exactly the same the whole way, because, do you know what I mean, it went at the same time, but that isn't the case. I complained about ballast, didn't I, in previous videos, because it rolls your ankle. Well, I'd kill for some now, over this, to be honest. Oh man, I don't know how deep that is either. But I just put my foot on the side of it and I just felt my foot disappear to Narnia or somewhere. Right. You whinge about the lack of railway infrastructure, and there you go. Two for one. So we've gone over a bridge, now we're about to go under one. I'm wondering if this is connected to that road back there, whether this was the road access into the colliery, because I'm pretty sure the colliery should be on our left in a bit. After I've negotiated this. Right. I was thinking to myself earlier, I was thinking, I wonder if I'll be able to get into Spinkhill Tunnel. Now I'm assuming I'll need a kayak, to be honest. So we'll just walk up to it and hopefully see that it is open, but I don't think I'll be able to get through it. If it's like this out here, then it's going to be mental in there. So there we go. Beautiful bird song as well. It's always nice. Something about bird song just makes you feel remote, doesn't it? It's like, yeah, no, I actually am in the countryside. There you go. Back in the cutting again. It's literally cutting embankment the whole way along. This line. The trees are doing their best to kind of grow out of it. The fact that there's fencing up there and stuff, I think that could well be the colliery site. If it is, then we'll be able to get a view to the left of where the line went off, I'm hoping. The colliery was another latecomer actually, came in the 1920s, much like, you know, your Clipston and some of the other ones in the Nottinghamshire coalfield. Obviously we're in the North Derbyshire coalfield at the moment. And it closed in 1984. So that's why this line was able to survive as long as it was. Oh, mate, it's just manic. I've not got wellies on. I thought I'd get away with just boots. I'm going to try and cling to the side, but it's becoming a swim now. I've come off the track bed a little bit. The real bonus though of having to struggle like this is that every step I struggle, I've got to struggle back. So that's, do you know what I mean? That's like a 2-for-1 deal, that. Oh mate, thorn to the calf muscle, which is always good. Looks like it's a tiny bit better now. Now, I've got to be honest, I wasn't expecting this embankment up there to go on as long as it is. I was thinking that was going to drop off, so that we could, yeah, some posts discarded. Yeah, I was thinking it was going to drop off. We've got a sleeper there as well. there we are, some remains of the line. Yeah, I thought it was gonna come down and then we'd be able to see that branch off into the colliery, but it's not to be just yet. Anyway, see that in the distance? Looks like something you'd see in a Eastern European riverside. That is the Mount Mary's Roman Catholic College, and that's still there now. That was the reason, as well as the colliery, obviously, that this line stayed open for a bit because, ow! They were, I got my shin, so I got my shin and my calf now. Yeah, they were running excursions for the pupils out of Spinkhill Station, so it bought the railway, you know, a bit of a reprieve in that sense. And I'm pretty sure now we're at that junction with the colliery. So here's a gate post. What would have been a gate post for the road. So I'm guessing level crossing here for farm access. Look, you can see across there. I'll come down here and see. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, no, that's a proper gate post, that one. They open cast a lot of these areas, so you know, you can have something that closed and within 5 years it's totally decimated and you wouldn't even have a Scooby that there was ever anything there. It's only if you're, you know, a bit geeky like we are. Oh, hang on. And you see remains like a chair. That's a clue, isn't it? I mean, that is incredibly heavy, and it's only half a chair. So there, you see clues like that, and that's what tells you, you know, that you're on a railway line. Otherwise, you just, you know, you're just on a walk in the countryside. Here we go. Found the colliery junction. I'm on a massive embankment again. Jeez. Some serious engineering went into this railway. And like I say, 32 years for passengers is nothing, is it? But that's your branch into the colliery. So where I was looking earlier down there, umming and ahhing, that was folly. So here we go. Because this is how it went. There was no triangle. A lot of the time with these, you get a triangle so the line could go in there and there, but it wasn't the case here. So I'm wondering if trains coming out of the colliery that were going north up towards Killamarsh and Sheffield would actually then have to reverse. I'm not sure. But here's the Westhorpe Colliery branch then. Now it's an industrial estate, as all these collieries tend to be once they're done with them. So if you carry on this line, you will just go into an industrial estate. But there's some remains, look, of sleepers. That one's sticking out the floor. Well, it can't be that remote. I can hear an ice cream van. I'm going to continue back now on that Bainton branch of the Lancashire, Derbyshire and East Coast Railway, which is quite a mouthful, isn't it, for me to just repeatedly keep saying it, but there we go. What other remains are there around? Now I would have thought there should be a signal box, so I'll keep my eyes peeled for that. Although again, when it comes to remains with signal boxes and things like that, some you can stumble upon and find, of course, but a lot of them they repurposed, so you know, they'll take a signal box from here and then they'll rehouse it somewhere else, or it'll find its way onto a heritage line, which I love because it carries on its existence, doesn't it? But in terms of trying to find stuff when you're out for a walk, it's a bit annoying. Seen plenty already though. I'm pretty happy with today's walk, and I've not even got to the tunnel yet. So here's your junction. That's where the line from Westhorpe Colliery comes down and joins up with this mainline Bainton branch. Now, not too far from here. Hang on. Hold that thought. There is some red brickwork there, look. Now I'm wondering if that is the track bed actually, and it's not quite yet. That's the track bed, and it's not quite joined up to the same level yet. I kind of thought, oh, I wonder if that's the signal box foundations, but I actually think the line is there and it's not quite met up with us yet. It is a beautiful day. I've had my sunglasses on, but then I can't see the screen, so I could be like, do you know what I mean, chopping the top of my head off. So I've have to keep taking them off. so at least I can make sure that I'm not looking like a total plonker while I'm filming. Well, I probably am anyway, to be fair, but keep my eyes peeled. But there's definitely remains here of certain structures. Look, concrete. Wonder if that's a ground frame here then. Depending on how busy this colliery was, you know, sometimes they don't actually have signal boxes. They just, ow, man, Triffid's got me. They just have, you know, like a lever by the side of the track that you know, the engine driver will just jump out, pull that, and, you know, do it yourself job. But there is quite a lot of remains around here now. So here you go, look. These are remains of gantries, I imagine, signal posts, all sorts. What have we got here? That feels like a pretty enormous sleeper, that one. So there's a lot more going off at this point. This might well be where we open up into those sidings and brickworks. Yeah, look, there's plenty going off here. So what was sat here, I wonder? Certainly some form of structure, and the fact that it's at the site pretty much of the junction would suggest that something's going off here, but I'm pretty, you know, it's guesswork. Oh mate, is that a carpet of some, oh thank goodness for that. A blooming animal sacrifice on top of a sleeper. Yeah, there's loads going off. I've got a stick that's trying to follow me. It's attached to my foot. I'm sorry mate, I can't take you home. I'm gonna, oh mate, he's not taking no for an answer, is it? Off you go, son. More going on. So answers on a postcard what this is about. If you're local or if you're a railway man or woman, you may well know what's going on there. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's probably related to the junction. I'm still clambering around. Loads of sleepers and stuff still. Now this site really opens out now, all the way over there. You can see the field in the distance, so up until that point, I think this is a huge array of sidings. When you look at old maps, you can see there's loads of sleepers. Look, another giant sleeper there, which signifies points, you know, where the lines come off. Again, there's another sleeper line around, all wooden sleepers as well. We're going old school. There's some drainage, look. Bricks. Now I've just seen a building, but it looks modern. Well, it is modern. Oh, hang on a minute. This is Spinkhill Railway Station. We are there at the station, so this then must be the site of the brickworks. Here we go. Oh wow, look at that. Now we're talking. Look at that, just sitting there in the trees. That's amazing. So there's plenty of red bricks lying around now. Yeah. So this would be the brickworks then. This was the site of all those sidings, and that is that's amazing. Just on the lamppost, just sat there, look. Because I'm guessing then obviously they would have, you know, worked this after sundown, which would explain the need for that. So all these sidings here, and then there's the station. I'll be honest with you, from my granted limited research on this part of it, because I thought I'll just add this in. I'll carry on walking, do you know what I mean, after the last walk. I was unaware that Spinkhill Railway Station building was still there. I knew that the station master's house was still there, but I didn't realise the station building was. That's incredible. No platform remains, I don't think, though. You can see it raises up both sides where those platforms would have been. So there may well be brickwork hidden away in there. And there is plenty of brickwork, look. Look at that. Beautiful railway station. That's a dream of mine, to to refurb a railway station. That would be absolutely incredible. Look at that. Spinkhill Station. And there's the station master's house through there. Had an extension built on it by the look of it, but here we go. Look at that. Like I say, it's someone's house, so I'm not going to be filming. It's someone's house, anyone could be doing anything in the window, couldn't they? So I'll stomp on through, underneath the road, and then we should at that point be getting pretty close to Spinkhill Tunnel. Oh yeah, there's some kind of signal post there as well by the look of it. Loads going off, the sun's shining. I can smell horse manure, there's a chicken freaking out. What more do you want? Here we go. So that 3 arch vibe seems to have been, you know, pretty standard for this line then, because it's exactly the same at Killamarsh and Upperthorpe Station, like identical stations. And there's the station master's house, another beautiful building. And there's the station in those trees. Oh, my voice changed then. I don't know what's going on here. Right. This is looking seriously flooded. Look, so there's the bridge again. And then it just gets a bit silly. Tunnel mouth is right there. But how to get to it? If Phil was with me now, he'd just be in his wellies, wouldn't he? Just bosh straight in it, but I haven't got any wellies. And I'm not sure if I can even skirt up the side here. Oh mate, it's all gone a bit wrong. I skirted up and round the top and came down the embankment. I tell you what, when I was a kid, because I cared about the environment, I used to get called a tree hugger. I was hugging a tree then. I thought in my head, I was like, shall I film myself climbing down? Because it's funny, innit, if I stack it. But actually, if I'd have had one hand then, I'd have actually really hurt myself then. So I literally went flying down the bank and just put my arms around the tree. So cheers, tree. I'll be coming to see you again on the way out. So we're in a hella deep cutting now. And we're, you know, it's passable at the minute, but I don't know how long for, to be brutally honest, because it's, you know, these trees are down. Although at least if the trees are down, I can grab hold of them, like if I have to, do you know what I mean? Oh mate, there we go. There's, oh, nearly went. There's Spinkhill Tunnel. Now I'm hoping there might be an easier way out than the way I came in. But I'm not gonna hold my breath. So I did it, got down. Perseverance. Like I say, hopefully there's an easier way out, maybe coming out the other side. As in not of the tunnel, because I won't be able to get through that, no chance it'll be flooded, but I'm thinking I can climb up there, can I go over the top? So here we go, look at that. Spinkhill Tunnel then. There was me fearing that it had been filled in, but it's still there, still going strong. Still massively flooded here. But look at that. See how close I can get to it. So they've got these little, like a little gully thing, so I can use that to get closer. But look at that, you can hear the water inside it. It's going mad. So much water flowing. Let's see how close I can get. There we go. Right, I've got my torch. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. That's a river. You can just make out a bit of light in the distance. Can you see that? There is a slight turn in the tunnel, and that's why you can't see the other portal. But there you have it. Spinkhill Tunnel. So that's me. I walked from Killamarsh and Upperthorpe Station, past Westhorpe Colliery, and then through Spinkhill Station. Station building's still there. What a result, I didn't know that. And then there's Spinkhill Tunnel as well. Amazing amazing structure, but I'm now kind of thinking, how on earth am I going to get back? But if you see this video posted, then I guess I must have done. As always, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time.